Have you ever tried to count rhythm and felt like you were caught in a whirlwind of numbers? Like, are we dancing to the beat? Or doing calculus? We're tackling that exact question. Why do we need rhythm systems? And what makes some of them really stand out? From Gordon's groove to Takadimi's twists, each rhythm system has its own way of naming beats and making sense of what can feel like musical mayhem. But which system really hits those right notes? And which one might just be, well, beating around the bush? Think of rhythm systems like a secret musical language. Each system has its own vocabulary for translating musical time into something we can hear, feel, and perform. And just like any language, some are easier to pick up than others. But don't worry, we're about to demystify it all. So, what exactly is a rhythm system? Essentially, it's a way to label time in music. Some focus on counting, while others, like Gordon's system, go all in on oral skills, helping students audiate the rhythm rather than just tapping away like a woodpecker. No offense to woodpeckers. Let's break it down further. First up, we have the replacement syllables, which are like the fast food of rhythm systems. Quick and easy, but not always nutritious for long-term learning. Think ta for quarter notes and tt for eighth notes. Simple, right? But don't expect it to adjust when you're switching from 4/4 to 6/8. That's like asking your burger to turn into a pizza. Next, we have the more sophisticated beat function syllable systems like Gordon's and Takadimi. These systems reflect changes in meter using syllables that tell you where the strong and weak beats are. For example, in Gordon's method, do is the strong beat. It's like the anchorman of rhythm because it holds everything together. But did you know the famous Takadimi system actually borrowed its name from Indian music, even though it was never intended to teach Indian rhythms? Talk about an identity crisis. That's right. Takadimi is used in Indian music to divide a beat into 4, but the westernized system applies it to meters and subdivisions in a totally different way. Now, let's talk about usability. Replacement systems are like grab and go. They're great for beginners, but get messy in complex meters. Ever try to fit a square peg into a round hole? That's what it's like trying to use ta-ta-ti-ti-ta in a 5/8 time signature. On the flip side, the beat function systems can be a bit like learning gourmet cooking. You need to understand your ingredients, and it's not always quick to master, but once you do, you can whip up rhythms that sound delicious in any meter. Fun fact, did you know that the Greek alphabet and neumes were used in medieval times? But these didn't focus on rhythm syllables. Rather, the French system is perhaps the oldest system that forms a foundation for many of the other systems in use today. So, what's the takeaway here? Whether you're tapping out rhythms with due day or counting out one e and a, rhythm systems help us bridge the gap between what we see on the page and what we hear in the music. Each system has its strengths and weaknesses, but the real trick, find one that makes rhythm feel like a part of you, not just numbers or syllables on a page. After all, music is about connection, not confusion. Thanks for listening, and happy musicking.